The Philadelphia Eagles head into this week with a strange feeling hanging in the air. It's not panic. It's not full confidence either. It's that quiet discomfort experienced fans recognize immediately. You look at the calendar, see December coming to an end, see a big game ahead, and you realize decisions are being made right now that could carry a real cost later. Weeks like this never go unnoticed in the NFL, because this isn't just about winning or losing on Sunday. It's about who's on the field, who isn't, and how much the team is willing to risk physically just to stay competitive. And when the first official injury report of the week comes out, it's never just paperwork. It's a message, a warning, clear snapshot of where the roster truly stands. And this week's report says a lot, maybe more than the final score will. The Eagles released their first injury report ahead of their Week 17 road matchup against the Buffalo Bills. And right away, several names jump off the page, not because they're surprising, but because of the weight they carry. 4 players were listed, not participating in practice. 4. At this stage of the season, that always mattered. Lane Johnson, A.J. Brown, Nakobe Dean, Landon Dickerson. Just seeing those names together completely changes the conversation. Let's start with Lane Johnson, because this situation is starting to feel uncomfortable. For the second straight week, there was talk that he might return to practice, and for the second straight week, it didn't happen. Lane did not participate on Wednesday, and the read here is simple. Even without drama, if he doesn't return to practice by Thursday, he's probably out again on Sunday. For a team that values offensive line play as much as the Eagles do, that's huge. Lane Johnson isn't just a tackle. He's stability. He's leadership. He's the difference between a clean pocket and a quarterback having to improvise. Every week without him puts added stress on the entire offense. A.J. Brown also showed up as a non-participant, but the context here is very different. His injury designation was listed as teeth. Yes, teeth. It looks strange on paper, but it doesn't suggest a serious threat to his availability. The expectation is that Brown should be able to play. Still, just seeing his name on the report is a reminder of how physically demanding this stretch of the season has been. Nakobe Dean is a different story, and a more concerning one long-term. Defensive coordinator Vic Fangio all but removed any doubt. He suggested that Dean is unlikely to play on Sunday. The thinking here seems clear. Don't rush a hamstring injury in December, especially when the team feels comfortable starting Jihad Campbell at linebacker without breaking the defensive structure. That decision says a lot about where the Eagles are mentally right now. Not every risk is worth taking. Not every early return is justified. Landon Dickerson missed practice due to illness. He's already been in and out of practice sessions over the last few weeks. Sometimes for rest, sometimes for minor issue. At this point, nothing strongly suggests he'll miss the game, but it's another key name appearing on the report. And when several important names show up at once, it gets your attention. Now comes the part of the report that changes the mood. 7 players were listed as full participants, and one name in particular reshapes how this game against Buffalo is viewed. Jalen Carter. Carter practiced fully. His shoulders are still listed, but full participation matters. And more than that, he spoke to reporters and made it clear the plan is for him to return on Sunday. That alone shifts the weight of this matchup. After weeks of uncertainty, treatment, pain, and caution, Carter looks ready to get back on the field. Not 100%, probably far from it, but available. And in December football, availability is half the battle. Alongside him, several players who were never truly in doubt also practiced fully. Devonta Smith, Zach Bond, Jihad Campbell, and Fred Johnson. No surprises there, but important confirmation. The offense needs Devonta. The defense needs stability at the second level. Those full practices help create some sense of normalcy. Cameron Latu also stands out. He missed Week 16 with a stinger, one of those tricky injuries that can sideline a player unexpectedly. His full participation suggests he could be back this week. Cameron Williams remains in his 21-day practice window after coming off injured reserve, but the team doesn't appear to be rushing anything. The Eagles don't seem eager to force that return right now. Another example of selective caution. Of course, you can't evaluate this game without looking at the other side, and the Buffalo Bills injury report is significant as well. In some ways, it may be even more concerning for Buffalo listed 7 players as not participating, and these aren't fringe names. We're talking about key starters: edge rusher Joey Bosa, Defensive tackle Daquan Jones, safety Jordan Poyer, tight ends Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, kicker Matt Prater, and rotational defensive tackle Jordan Phillips. Bosa's situation deserves close attention. He leads the Bills in tackles for loss and ranks second on the team in sacks. He already missed time earlier this season with a hamstring injury, returned, was removed from the report in Week 16, and now he's back on it. The question is obvious. Is this a new injury or a flare-up of the old one? Either way, it's something the Eagles are watching carefully. Daquan Jones has been getting rest days in recent weeks, so this could be load management. Or it could be more. Jordan Poyer picked up his injury in the Week 16 win. And there's an interesting layer here. He once spent time with the Eagles early in his career. His presence or absence affects communication in the Bills' secondary. Buffalo's offense could also be impacted. If Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid can't go, the Bills would be without two of their top three tight ends. That limits formation, middle-of-the-field routes, and safety valves for the quarterback. And that brings us to the quarterback himself. Josh Allen is listed as a limited participant with a foot injury. All signs point to him playing, but probably not at 100%. The big question is mobility. If that's affected even slightly, it changes everything. When you put all of this together, the picture becomes clear. This game won't be decided by talent alone. It'll be decided by who can physically hold up. For the Eagles, Jalen Carter's return could be the balancing factor. The defense looks completely different when he's on the field. Interior pressure shows up. The opponent's run game gets harder. Everything fits better. But he's coming back, while other foundational pieces are still out or limited. That's December football. There is no perfect roster. There's only risk management. And that leads to the real takeaway here. The injury report doesn't guarantee a result, but it reveals intent. It shows who the team is willing to put on the field. It shows where the limits are. And it makes it clear this matchup with Buffalo is going to be physical, tense, and full of late adjustment. Maybe the most important name on the report is Jalen Carter. Maybe it's Lane Johnson because of his absence. Maybe it's Josh Allen on the other side. Not quite himself. All of it matters, and all of it collides on Sunday. Before we wrap up, here's the question that truly mattered and will split the fan base. Are the Eagles striking the right balance by taking calculated risks now? Or is this injury report a warning that the price could come due at the most important moment of the season? If you want to keep hearing clear, honest analysis made for fans who truly follow the Eagles closely, drop a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel. That support helps the channel grow, strengthens this community, and keeps this space alive for fans who live and breathe Philadelphia Eagles football every single day.